All right. I'm going to give you one more mainstream one that a lot of people don't know about. Then we'll do a couple more interesting ones. So there's another thing which we call pay the kids, PTK. So a business, your business, could hire your kids to work in your business. Now, they have to do real work. They can't just, you can't just slap them on the payroll. But if they do real work, and the work has to be age appropriate, so we're not going to defend the fact that our 3-year-old was doing AI coding for us. Now, maybe these days a 6-year-old could do it. I don't know, but not a 3-year-old. So there, if the business pays a kid for legitimate work, that's deductible by the company because they could have hired not your kid, but somebody else's kid. And again, it has to be age appropriate. Now, some things would be obvious, but some people get really creative. So we have a client who designs custom, very fancy wedding dresses for people for weddings. And often that also includes the bridesmaid or whatever. So what this lady did was she's got a whole bunch of marketing materials, brochures, online things, videos, and stuff like that. And in some of the videos, there's both a lady with her wedding gown on and the little bridesmaid in a kind of matching dress, right? In her videos, the bridesmaid is her daughter, who's like 4 years old. And what a very enterprising person created was they pay the child a royalty to license the use of the child's image in the business. And it's age appropriate work. She puts on the dress, she stands there, she smiles, but it's definitely valuable work. So that's PTK, pay the kids. So that money, which is about $18,000 per kid per year, again, deductible by the company because they're just paying your kid rather than somebody else's kid. But that money's not taxable to the parent or to the kid. So a little exception to the normal rule. And what a lot of people do is they take that money and put it in a Roth IRA. Mm-hmm. So, you do that 3, 4, 5, 6 years in a row, and you invest the money wisely. That can, maybe it turns into $100,000 or $150,000 that could be used for college or whatever. So that's another somewhat more basic one.
So are there some restrictions? So I'm at the point of grandkids, so we don't have any in the house. Can I pay the kid and pay the grandkid?
I think you can. Let me double check on that. Let's just think. The grandkid. Let me double check. I will do that for you.
Yeah. Because it's just fascinating. And
yeah.
And you said it was a cap of, what did you say, about 17, 18,000?
I think it's 17,500 or 18,000 right now. It generally equates to the standard deduction. In other words, they're basically letting you use that amount in addition to whatever else you're using the standard deduction for. But that's another one. It's right in the Internal Revenue Code. This is not in the gray zone at all. It's I like to call it, there are 3 zones. There's the red zone. That's all the stuff that you should not do. That's a small part of the Internal Revenue Code. And what we say is then there's the green zone, which is the stuff that's right in the code. That's not the majority of the code. The majority of it is kind of the whole gray area where if you're thoughtful and creative and not too adventurous, you can come up with new stuff to make a much more significant impact on your taxes.